Alright, so I got my ground radials built up. See if you can tell there. Got all that soldered up, so hopefully that should slow down any corrosion that happens there. But I got put up a set of four with 4 wires each. Each one of these is probably about 10 feet long. According to the instructions that Callum wrote, that should be ideal, or should be sufficient, we'll say. If I need more ground radials, I'll just build a couple more sets, and no harm, no foul. But we're going to go ahead and get the ground plate set up. It's getting a little late in the afternoon. Sun, the way the yard's set up, that's in that pole. Let's see if I can get that rolled in there a little bit. Yeah, that pole right there. It's in the sun for most of the day, so I try to get out here in later afternoon, and we're coming up on about 4 o'clock right now, so hopefully in a little bit it'll be inside the shade. So, but nonetheless, I'll put the ground plate in, and got a bag of the stakes that will hold all these wires down. So we'll get started on that. Alright, so this should be pretty simple. Let me get the wing nuts loosened up a little bit. I'm going to use 4 of these, so shouldn't matter too much. Alright. Alright. So from now, we just need to, I just need to get all these wires sort of spaced out and get them all pinned down, and we'll be ready for the next step. Alright, so I got all the ground radials set in place. Got all used about half the bag of these stakes. So just doing one more walk through to see if any of these are hanging up. So hopefully we don't cut them when we mow next time. Fortunately, we mowed yesterday, so all of this is not going to be needing to be mowed for a few days. One thing, I thought I left enough of a loop at the end to enough of a loop to sort of keep everything in place, or keep everything loose, that things come up. Right? But yeah, like that one right there, that was doing pretty good. These other ones I've sort of pulled through, so probably give you, if you do this, probably make sure there's probably about a 2-inch loop at the very end of that plate, just to make sure you have enough play. I think I should be good still. It's not like everything's like super tight right now, but yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. So as you can see, I got the driven plate installed on the mast here. I did run into a bit of a complication where the hole wasn't quite big enough. I had to end up using the Dremel and the file to sort of open that hole up just a bit. If we see if I can zoom in, well, here you can see it on lettering. It sort of was just a hair too small, and it would get hung up right about here. As you can see, that's a ways down from, or ways up from where it should have been. But just a minute with the Dremel and the file took care of that real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and put the clamp on it and start extending the mast out and getting the rest of that set up. So we'll continue on there. All right, guys. So decided to not video me stringing this thing up, but we got all the wires installed. Nothing's tuned yet. I need to do that later this week. I do have a trip out of town, so that might put a wrench in the works, but shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Worst case scenario, I do have a tuner I can throw on it for field day, because that's next Saturday. So that's worst case scenario. As far as building it, Callum, yeah, I think it's Callum, does recommend or give you the option or whatever to use some paracord to save on the elastic wire. I did end up with probably about 5 feet of the wire left. About halfway through, I was a little concerned about how much of it I'd had left, so I started with the paracord, and honestly, it's probably not a bad idea just to use some of that for the longer runs between the spacers here. So, but we'll get to doing that, tuning up everything later this week, hopefully. But anyway, see you guys.